minutes and 10 on the shot clock. Benjamin throws up a prayer. And now the Aggies are really feeling it, up by 7. The three doesn't go, and a foul on the rebound.
Look at this move by Benjamin. Drives baseline, it falls out of his hands, and he's fallen out of bounds.
He lost the handle twice and found the basket somehow.
Well, and DePaul comes back, Brad, on the last 2 possessions, and they throw up 3-pointers. Really not good percentage shots, and they're not getting the rebounds here towards the end of the game. They're only getting 1 shot at the basket. The Aggies are doing a good job screening out.
Benjamin at the free throw line. And we welcome those of you who have been watching Oklahoma State and the Eagles of Georgia Southern. We welcome you to the West Regional here in Tempe, Arizona. Brad Nessler and Ann Myers along with you in what looks like soon to be a stunner. New Mexico State, the 12th seed in the West, has led throughout this game over 5th seeded DePaul, and they're up by 8 with 2:17 to go. William Benjamin, 9 points. They got the magic towel working on the Aggies bench. DePaul needs a bunch in a hurry. They trail by 9. Nathan. His 3 goes. And Joey Meyer takes a timeout. 2:07 to play. It is not over yet. (72-66) with just over 2 minutes left. Each team with a timeout remaining. And DePaul already over the limit as New Mexico State in the 2-shot foul shooting situation. They've got the lead and the ball and everything working their way right now, including the possession arrow.
DePaul trying to put some pressure on New Mexico State. Look for them to hold the ball, run some time off the clock, unless, and there's a bad pass right there, just mishandled. Not a bad pass, but they're going to try and run some time off the clock and get a good shot. If it's there, they'll take it.
Neil McCarthy's Aggies turn it over for the 15th time, and that really gives DePaul another chance. Do they think 3-pointers exclusively? There's still plenty of time left, isn't there, Ann?
Well, they look like they're setting up for 3-pointers.
Doherty, way short. Reed, up high for the air ball, and he is fouled by Kleinschmidt. That's 4 on Kleinschmidt.
You got David Booth out of the game. He's a pretty good 3-point shooter. Stern is the only big man in for DePaul.
2 free throws coming up as they walk it down to the other end. And so far today, New Mexico State 80% from the line. Booth checks back in and Kleinschmidt goes out. 1:39 left. And the Aggies of New Mexico State up by 6. The 9.5-minute mark, a technical on Joey Meyer on the DePaul bench seemed to turn this thing back in New Mexico State's favor as DePaul had something going. 15 points for Cliff Reed, who went out earlier with the bad right knee, but he's got it taped up. He's back out there, and he has played well since coming back out.
Well, the ball has had a good year. They tied with Cincinnati in the conference.
Nathan missed the 3. Davis keeps it alive. He buries a 2-pointer. 6-point game. Full court pressure again by the Blue Demons. Hickman will bring it up. And he's fouled.
Blue Demons just trying to stop the clock once it gets in the front court. Chris Hickman, 84% free throw shooter. Not one of the guys you want to foul, but got to stop the clock.
Chris Hickman with 12 points in the game, well above his season average. This is his first trip to the free throw line, though.
He's New Mexico State's Big West Scholar athlete.
That's the DePaul bench with the hex towel they've got working over there. Now Hickman smiles that one off. but his team still leading by 6 with 1:13 to go. Got the second. 75-68. We approach the 1-minute mark. First game of 4 here at the West Regional in Tempe, Arizona. Davis, three-pointer. And Hickman called for the foul as Nathan came flying in for the rebound, and Hickman got him with a body. And that's all for Chris Hickman. He'll leave with 13 points. We've got some great games going on this afternoon, and they really warm up tonight. How about Syracuse and Princeton in the East? All eyes will be on that one. We've got UCLA and Robert Morris, a number 1 against the number 16 seed. Evansville and Texas El Paso. Arizona will be in action tonight. A full day and night of March Madness here on CBS. We've got Oklahoma and Southwestern Louisiana after this one, and then Wake Forest and Louisville will precede UCLA and Robert Morris. After our game, we'll be taking you to Worcester, where Iowa and North Carolina Charlotte are locked in a close, Iowa State rather, and North Carolina Charlotte locked in a close battle. A 3-point game there with 4 minutes to play, so you'll be seeing that after this one. And DePaul still trailing here by 7, and they still trail by 7. Nathan missed 2 free throws. New Mexico State 64 seconds away from an upset here in the West.
They have kept the pressure on.
Mark Thompson. And he's fouled.
New Mexico State is a very difficult team to press because of their ball handlers. Usually you like to pass against a press and get the ball off court, but they have such good ball handlers. They're so low to the ground, they dribble it right by you.
DePaul had won 9 of their last 11 coming in, but Joey Myers said we just didn't play well at all in the Great Midwest Tournament. They were beaten by 20 by Memphis State, and they kind of picked up where they left off at the beginning of this game. And although they've cut it down to a 3-point game on a couple of occasions in the second half, it just hasn't been enough so far with 58 seconds left.
Losing Curtis Price really was a difference also. I mean, he had been starting, he was playing well. He only averaged 4 points, 4 rebounds, but he was an emotional, aggressive leader out on the floor for the Blue Demons.
The last time they were within 3, it was 66-63, and now they need some 3-pointers in a hurry. Kleinsmith takes the first one and rattles it off the glass. And a foul in the backcourt. And this one very close to being over for the Aggies. 76-68 with less than a minute to play. And New Mexico State from the Big West Conference and from Las Cruces, New Mexico. And they are right next to the White Sands missile range where the first A-bomb was tested. And they're about ready to drop a bomb on the Blue Demons of DePaul here in the West Regional, as the number 12 seed of Neil McCarthy is about to do in 5th seeded DePaul.
New Mexico State's defense just stifled DePaul as far as where they were getting their shots from. They could not get the ball inside. When they would take an outside shot, they were pressured from the 2-3 matchup zone, and the rebounding of the Aggies dominated DePaul. DePaul would get rebounds, but they never converted.
Even the hex, towel, and dance on the DePaul bench has not helped here in the waning moments of this one. 77-68. DePaul's got to put it up from 3-point land and hope that something will drop. Here it comes from Davis, but he can't find the handle. Doherty finally got it away. Stern. Now Doherty has to take it in the lane. 26 seconds. Nathan. 3 chances, no basket for DePaul. And now Sam Crawford and company knows what's going to happen. left. DePaul knows it too, what is about to occur as New Mexico State. You think they're not happy? They're shooting down DePaul right now. At one point this season, they were 13-1 the third week of January. Their lone loss was to Texas El Paso, and they turned around and beat UTEP at the pit, which is not easy to do. Went on to a 23-7 mark coming into this, but number 24 is going to be awfully sweet here in about 21 seconds.
Big guys inside gave DePaul a lot of trouble.
New Mexico State's going to move on to meet the winner of Oklahoma and Southwestern Louisiana, and that'll be some fireworks too.
Well, obviously, New Mexico State doesn't have the height that those two teams do, but they don't have Sam Crawford either.
Maybe height's not the key. Lack of height might be. Benjamin hits both free throws and goes out to a big hand, 79-68. As Nathan got it to Davis off the glass. It's a two-pointer. That's way too little and way too late.
Last basket by Terry Davis.
And Sam Crawford will make one more trip to the free throw line.
That is number 30, David Booth.
David Booth is fouled out. And his career at DePaul is over. The number 2 career scorer, David Booth, sits down, and his 4-year stay with the Blue Demons has come to an end. Sam Crawford, all 5'8", 155 pounds of him.
You don't judge a player by his size, but his heart.
Boy, his is barely fitting in that number 12 jersey so far today. 19 points and 11 assists. And Neil McCarthy couldn't have anybody better at the free throw line. He's 12 out of 14.